Hi friends. So I hope you are all preparing for a TRB exam with so much of sincerity and efforts, right? So the main thing about this TRB exam is it is not like a 100-meter race. It's going to be a what you call marathon exam. For the past 2 years, you people are preparing. So last minute strategy is very important. So what are the things we should do for next 20 days? What are the things we have to study? Those things are very important. So let us see what are those things, right? That must be followed to cross over the hurdle of final, right? So here I will say what are the things you should not miss, what books you have to refer, what should be your strategy for last 20 days, right? So it may be useful for you people, but I don't say it is the exact method you should follow, but it will be the one of the best methods to be followed, right? So let us take. So we know that our syllabus starts with mathematics, right? So the following things are completed for mathematics first, right? Our syllabus is first starting with the linear algebra, right? So what are the things we should have studied about linear algebra? Those things are important, right? So first thing, whenever you are working with the linear algebra, you should know about the matrix, right? So that's what in syllabus. So you should know about types of matrix, right? And simplification of matrix, right? So then what are the other things? Rank of matrix, then inverse of matrix, right? All these concepts and calculation should be known very clearly. So this is the first thing I have to know about linear algebra. Then system of linear equations. Second thing we have is system of linear equation. In system of linear equation, we know that it has three sets. One is first thing we must know how to find whether a system of linear equation is having a unique solution. We should know how to find all the things. Second, we must know many solution. What are the strategies to be followed and no solution, right? So for these three things, we must know how to proceed and all, right? And its technique we must know. Then third, as per the syllabus, what they gave is eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Eigenvectors and eigenvalues. So here we must know about how to find one, how to find eigenvalues, right? And how to find eigenvectors. This must be known, right? Second one, properties of eigenvalues must be known. Fine. So third one, these properties are used to solve the problem in the simplest manner and you can save your time. Third one, Cayley-Hamilton theorem. These things you must know. Okay. So these are all the things you must be thorough when you go for linear algebra. Regarding next subject, what is the next subject? It is calculus. Regarding calculus, so first thing we have to know is mean value theorem. Right? Here you must know about Lagrange mean value theorem. Right? Second one, Cauchy's mean value theorem. These two things must be known very clearly. Right? So next one, what are the things you have to know? Some integration, right? So standard integration because they are given integral. So standard integration that we studied in our college and school days. So both definite and indefinite integrals, right? So shortcuts, right? Integral formulas, some tricky integration. Those things you must be very clear. Next one, maxima and minima, right? So you must know how to find maxima and minima, especially second derivative test. This is very important to find whether a particular function has maxima or minima. You must know how to find maxima, how to find minima, right? You must know how to find maxima, how to find minima, how to find minimum value, how to find maximum value. These things you must be thorough on that. Next, you must, if you have time, you know first derivative test also, but it is not required mostly, right? So these things you have to know. Then next, you go to vector integrals or vector calculus. So it is coming under the category of calculus. In vector calculus, we must know many things. We must know dot product, right? Cross product, then vector identities. Fine. So identities. Some vector identity, important vector identities we must know, right? Then we must know how to find curl, how to find divergence, how to find gradient, right? These are all the things. So these are all school problems. This is second one, third one. Then directional derivative. You must know how to find directional derivative, right? So these are all the things you must know. Basics of vectors. Fine. Then we must be able to solve problems related to line integral, right? Line, surface, and volume integral. Line, surface, and volume integral. So line integral is single, double, triple integral, right? So these things you must be thorough on that. Then these integrals are related by what are those theorems? Stokes theorem, right? You must be strong on Stokes theorem, divergence theorem, and Green's theorem, right? So these are all the things we must be thorough, right? So Stokes theorem relate line and surface. This is surface and volume. So these things must be very thorough. So they won't ask a 60-mark question from this. They will ask only short questions. We must be thorough on this factor, especially the point 3. If you are strong on this, then you can solve these theorems very well because they will give some shortcut. So those things can be solved by using the Stokes theorem, divergence theorem can be solved if you are strong on Carl divergence and the gradient, right? So that things are very important. Next, differential equation. In differential equation, you must know first order differential equation, how to find the solution, that is first thing. Then higher order differential equation, right? Here we have solution of y is equal to cf plus pi, right? So to find cf, we have 3 methods. Those 3 methods you must be strong, right? So then to find pi, we have 4 methods. Those 4 methods we must be strong, right? So these are all the things you must be thorough. Then higher order differential equation we must know. Then method of variation of parameters. But this is some lengthy process. So this one you can leave if you don't want, right? So mostly there won't be any question from this. So these things can be neglected, right? It may be neglected, not can be neglected. It may be neglected, right? Because it is tedious process, even though it is in syllabus. But using this method and finding the solution is very critical. So it may be neglected. But the next one, Cauchy's and Euler equation. This is very important. So Cauchy's and Euler equation. These are all 2 mark only. So they won't ask in 1 mark question. Then the most important are boundary value problems. Boundary value problems are very important, right? So this one we can solve very easily. So you give more importance to boundary value problems. Regarding differential equation, those things are not at all important, right? Next one, in complex variables, we must know about what are the things. So we must know Cauchy-Riemann equation, right? So Cauchy-Riemann equation to solve analyticity. First, we must be knowing this. Second one, we must know Cauchy's. We must know how to solve the problems by using Cauchy's integral formula, right? This is very important. Then we must know how to find the residue of a analytic function. We must know what is singularity, right? Then we must be strong on what you call Cauchy's residue theorem, right? So those are all very, very important. Then another important theorems in complex variables are Taylor series and Lorentz series. So it is very hard to predict the questions in exam. So anything may come. So you must be strong on everything. You cannot neglect anything, right? So Taylor series and Lorentz series. Okay. Then especially here, you must know how to solve when you are given a range like such as x, y, like this, right? So you must be able to solve all the things. So if they give like this, so this type of problems are very, very important. Regarding probability, we must be strong on all the distributions, right? So especially uniform, Poisson, binomial, Gaussian distribution. Those things are very, very important, right? And we must know what is probability density function, what is probability distribution function, right? So those are all very, very, very important. How to find mean and mean variance and standard deviation of continuous random variable and discrete random variable. These things are most important, right? So and fourth one, properties of continuous random variable and discrete random variable. These are the things which are playing crucial role in exam, right? So you cannot neglect anything. In numerical methods, so numerical methods we need calculator, right? So don't give much importance for this, but some you should know what are the different types of methods available in solving the problems. So methods available and their theory, right? So every method has some theory. Those things, which method is used for which finding the solution of which equation, those things are very, very important. And some methods are asked. One is Newton-Raphson method. This method you must know. Then trapezoidal rule for solving integration, right? And Simpson's rule. So these things may be asked. Beyond that, don't give too much importance to numerical methods, right? So you must know what are the different. There are a lot of names in numerical methods. So name of that is, for example, Gauss elimination method, Newton-Raphson method. So which method for which problem, right? Method and its use, right? And its speciality. So those things you must know, right? These three you study. If they ask problems, you can do it. So these are all the things you have to take care while working for mathematics. So which book you can refer? You don't need to refer any book. The only thing you have to use is whatever you studied in your M1, right? M2 and M3 and probability and random process, right? So these books you studied in your college, those books are more than sufficient to solve the problems. right? Next one, networks, right? So in networks, we must know mesh analysis, nodal analysis, right? So these things are very, very important. Third one, the shortcut used to solve about one is Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, and maximum power transfer theorem. These are all very, very important. Don't work on superposition theorem, it will consume your time, right? So you should not use superposition theorem to find the answer in network theory, right? So these things are very, very important. Then start, see, these two are proper method. To solve these two, we can use shortcut like Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, maximum power transfer, star to delta transformation, delta to star transformation. Right here, you must know how to find voltage across any branch, current through any element, power consumed. Right, you must be able to find all the things. Right, so these are all the things you must know basically. Next, you must be strong on transient. Here, you must know what is source free circuit. Right, so if there is a source, then what you have to do, you must be strong on RL, RC and RLC transient, right? So those things are very, very important. Okay, so you must know how to find the transient response. You must know how to find steady state response. These two are very, very, very important. Fine. Then you must be strong on finding the time constant. How to find the time constant of any network, right? Those are all the things you must be strong, right? Then in transient, you must be knowing about these things. Then regarding next two-port networks. In two-port networks, you must be strong on Z parameter, Y parameter, H parameter, and the ABCD parameters. So when those things are symmetric, right, when those things are reciprocal, right, so if you cascade of two port, if you cascade those things, what will happen? Those things you must be strong, right? Next to what you have to know, you must be strong on in steady state analysis. In steady state analysis, you must be strong on series resonance, parallel resonance, and its parameters, different parameters, right? You must be knowing how to find resonant frequency, Q, bandwidth, impedance, current, right? So those things you must be. Then lower of frequency, upper of frequency, those things you must be able to find, right? So then graph theory, right? So in graph theory, you must know about various terms, right? So tree, what is tree, co-tree, those things. Then fundamental incidence matrix. Then cut set, tie set, right? So these are all the things you must be strong, right? Then we will come to the next subject, what is called uh, electromagnetics, right? Okay, so before it is electromagnetics, okay, in electromagnetics what you have to do, so EMF is combination of three subjects, right? Here we have EMF 1, then we have TLW, and 3 we have antenna. So it is a vast topic. So what are the things you must be knowing here? So in EMF, you must be strong on electrostatics, right? You must know about force between two charges, what is electric field, what is electric flux density, what is potential, relationship between all the things, right? Then you must know all the units, right? And what are the two laws? You must be strong in Coulomb's and Gauss law, right? So these things are very, very important in electrostatics. Then we have magnetostatics. In magnetostatics, we must be strong on what you call H, magnetic field, B, magnetic flux density, A, vector magnetic potential, right, and magnetic force. This is electric force, magnetic force. Then you must be strong on Ampere circuital law, then Biot-Savart law. Then you must know here another thing I missed, E, electric field due to various configuration. These things you must be so strong. Similarly here for fourth one, magnetic field due to various configuration, right? So these are all the things you must be strong. Then next thing you have to know is time varying field. In time varying field, you must be strong on Faraday's law, then Maxwell's equation. These two you must be strong. Then in wave propagation, right, you must be strong on wave equation. You must know about wave equation and its details. Then skin depth, right, loss tangent, right? So then impedance, intrinsic impedance, then another important point you must be strong is Poynting vector. So these things you must know very well. These are all the things you can expect from electromagnetics. Then we will come to transmission lines. So in transmission lines, we must know about how to find input impedance of various configuration. This is very, very important. Second one, you must know how to find VSWR and reflection coefficient. Then you must be strong on lossless and distortion less lines, right? Then fourth one, what is the thing you have to be strong is impedance matching, right? So in impedance matching, what are the things we have? We have quarter wave transformer, then single stub matching, right? Then double stub matching. Fine. So finally, you should be well versed in Smith chart, right? So these are all the things. And the transmission lines parameters, you must be strong. Transmission line parameters, right? So what is R, L, G, C, and relation gamma, Z naught, phase velocity, beta, right? So alpha, gamma is equal to alpha plus J beta. So you must be strong on what is alpha and beta, everything, right? So those things are very, very important, right? Next, we should go for waveguides, right? In waveguides, you must be strong on what you call rectangular waveguide. So rectangular waveguide, you must be thorough. In that, we know what should be the propagation constant, phase constant, cutoff frequency, cutoff wavelength, phase velocity, group velocity, right, guided wavelength, right, intrinsic impedance in TE mode, intrinsic impedance in TM mode, right. So these are all the things you must be so strong and you must be able to find it, right. So especially this is the thing, right. So this is enough, I think. Okay, and next one, you should come to antenna. Antenna is a vast topic, so here we must know about antenna parameter, right. Then different parameters. What are those? Directivity, right. So radiation intensity, fine. Then effective aperture AE, right. Then radiation resistance, power radiated, right. So loss resistance, fine. So then off power beam width, right. So these are all the things you must be strong. How to find all these factors? Then you must be strong on HCN dipole antenna, HCN dipole antenna, and E and H equations for HCN dipole antenna are radiated, P radiated values for HCN dipole antenna. Then off-way dipole antenna. These things you must be thorough. Here directivity you must be known, off power beam width, everything you must be strong. Here also, and radiation pattern. So here you must know radiation pattern of all the things. And here halfway dipole antenna, what is directivity, what is radiation resistance, and the radiation pattern. Right. Next, in antenna, we must be strong on antenna array. In antenna array, why we are going for antenna array? Then broadside array, end-fire array, and its characters and problems. Right. So these things are very important, and various types of antenna. So fifth one. Right. So these are all the things. It is vast topic. So this is very important. So you follow principles of electromagnetics by Sadiq. Matthew Sadiq. That book is well and good. It will be helpful for clearing the exam, right? So next subject what we have to see is in electronic devices and circuits. This is another big subject. Yes, we know. Electronic devices and circuits. So it starts from semiconductor and go up to oscillator, right? So it is a combination of what we studied in our college. It is EDC, electronic circuits 1, electronic circuits 2, LIC. All four subjects are linked. So it is the biggest subject in any exam, right? So first what we have to see here, we must be strong in semiconductor, right? In semiconductor, we must know how to find conductivity, resistivity, right, mobility and its equations, right? So then mass action law, 3, Einstein equation, 4th one, Fermi level, then energy band, then generation and recombination. These things we must be strong in semiconductor, right? So theory problem both may come, fine. Then diode, in diode we have what you call, we must be knowing PN junction diode, what will happen in forward bias and what will happen in reverse bias, especially what will happen to depletion region, right? So those things are very important. Fine. So this is the first thing we must be knowing. Then applications of diode. What are those applications? We must know about rectifiers, right? So in rectifier we have two things. One is half wave rectifier, second one full wave rectifier, right? In full wave rectifier we have two. One is center tapped, second one bridge rectifier. You must be knowing all the parameters of the rectifiers and you must know how to solve problems, right? This is the first application. Second application, clippers, right? So clippers you must be strong, clampers you must be strong, right? Fourth one, you next diode is types of diode. So in that very important one is Zener diode, right? Surely this third point. So surely Zener diode is you must be able to solve the problems. Then types of diode. Here you can expect theory. One is pin diode, photodiode, right? And LED, fine, tunnel diode. So for all the things you must know theory, right? So no problems can be asked. So be thorough on theory. Next, BJT, right? In BJT you must know CB, CE, CC configuration, right? So how to solve biasing circuit, what are the biasing, right? So problems, right? Advantage, disadvantage. These things you must be strong, right? So and parameters. So these things from the all the configurations are very important, right? Then in BJT, so some models. If you have time, you study models. If you don't have time, just leave it. Similarly, for FET, we have JFET. You must be strong on JFET and MOSFET and their parameters, right? So in BJT, we must be knowing in detail about alpha, beta, ICBO, ICEO, right? So and biasing circuits are very important. In FET also, MOSFET parameters, GM, mu, RD, right? So these are all the points you must be strong on that. So what is N channel, right? So P channel, what is the difference? Those things you must be strong. Then N channel, P channel operation. Then BJT versus FET. This you must be strong. Is it okay? Then regarding next one, APAM. In APAM, you must know problem solving in APAM, all the circuits, and you must be strong in theory also, right? So what are the advantage of and disadvantage of some circuit, right? So problem solving is very important. Surely 1-2 mark question will come from operational amplifier, right? So we cannot predict what one they will ask. So you must be thorough on all the things. Okay. Next, feedback amplifier, right? So in feedback amplifier, you must be able to find work on voltage series, voltage shunt, current series, current shunt, right? And you must be strong on how to find input impedance, output impedance of all those amplifiers, and you must be able to find distortion, noise, sensitivity, right? And you must be strong on feedback factor, amplifier gain without feedback, with the feedback and their relation. So these are all the things you must be able to find in feedback amplifier. Next, oscillator. In oscillator, you must be strong on RC oscillator. So RC phase shift, right, and Wien bridge, and you must be strong on LC oscillator. So Hartley, Colpitts, and Clap. Then you must be strong on crystal oscillator. Okay. These are all the things we must know. For all the things, you must know how to find FR, resonant frequency, right? So this is the frequency of oscillation, F4. I can say F4, F4, frequency of oscillation. You must be able to find, right? So these things you have to remember in oscillator. Then you must be knowing power amplifier, class A, class B, class C, and class AB. Here you must be strong in theory only. There won't be any problem from this area, I feel, right? So power amplifier, then multi-stage amplifier. Right, so in multi-stage amplifier, how gain is modified. These are all the things you must be knowing about, right? So this itself too vast. Then, sorry, here in oscillator, this is sinusoidal oscillator. In non-sinusoidal oscillator, this is non-sinusoidal. Here you must be strong on stable multivibrator, monostable multivibrator, bistable multivibrator. Right, so these are all the things you must know, right? All this theory, right? Digital. So next subject is digital electronics. So this is somewhat easy subject compared to other subject. Here what you have to know is you should be strong in number system, right? So you must know how to convert one number system into another number system, right? So we have studied binary, gray, hexa, octave, right? So these are all the number system. You have to know how to convert all the things. Then you must know Boolean expression simplification. This you must be strong. Next, K-map prediction. K-map prediction, we must be thorough on this, right? So then we must know how to implement logic gates, how to implement Boolean function, right? So those things we must be strong. Then another important point is combinational circuit. In combinational circuit, we must be known very well about half adder, full adder. So this is half adder, full adder. So these are all arithmetic circuits, right? So then off subtractor, full subtractor, magnitude comparator. Alright, so these are all the things we must be known, right? And next thing that I can consider, these are all arithmetic circuits. Then we must know about decoder and encoder, right? Then mux and demux, then code converter, especially binary to gray and gray to binary. right? In this area, you must be strong about this. Then sequential circuit. In sequential circuit, we must know flip-flop very clearly. So flip-flops, right? Especially SR flip-flop, D, JK, and T flip-flop. So for all these things, you must be knowing characteristic equation. Then excitation table. Then characteristic table. These are all the things we must know. Not stable, it is table. Characteristic table, right? So in flip-flop, we must be knowing about these things. Then shift register. In shift register, we must know serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, and parallel in, serial out, parallel in, parallel out. These are all the things. Then in counters, we must know synchronous counter and asynchronous counter. Right? In counter, we must be knowing very important terms such as modulus of the counter. Right? So design. Right? So number of states. Modulus is nothing but number of states. Those things. Right? And clock frequency. Right? Propagation delay inside the counter, right? These are all the things we must know in counter. Then memories. We must know theory about RAM and ROM, right? And memory calculation. So they will give how to find a number of chips, right? So they will give some requirement. This type of memory I have to design. This is what we have. So how many number of those chips required? So those type of problems will come from memory. Then ADC and DAC. In ADC and DAC, you can expect. In DAC, we can expect problems, right? So then you must know theory of types of DAC, right? In ADC, normally mostly no problems will be asked, but we must know what are the types of ADC and its advantages and disadvantages, unique character of each ADC, right? So then conversion time equation. So how much time is required to convert analog signal into digital signal? So those things are very, very important, conversion time for ADC, right? That calculation. Regarding processor 8085, 8086 and 8051, right? This is too vast. So they gave architecture, right, and instruction set. So everything is one subject. So spend little time for this, right? And you cannot expect more than 2 or 3 marks from this area. So it is up to you to decide that. So if you have time, refer all the things. Otherwise, just ignore, right? Then what is the another subject? Signal processing. In signal processing, we have two subjects. One is signals and systems. Second one is DSP. In signals and system, we must know classification of signals. From that, they may ask some problems, right? So how to find a periodic or aperiodic, right? So those things. So periodic and aperiodic. How to find, to classify whether a signal is periodic or aperiodic. Then fundamental period from that. So this is important point. Then what you have to know is we must know important point that is called energy and power signal. In that they may ask some question, right? So energy and power signal, these two are very, very important. In classification of system, you must know how to identify whether a system is linear, time invariant, whether a system is causal or non-causal, static or dynamic, right? So stable or unstable, right? So these are all the things very, very important. Okay, then we must know continuous time Fourier series, right? In that mainly property based question. Then we must know about Fourier transform and Laplace transform. These two are similar ones, so you study both in parallel. Then DTFT and Z transform. So all the things you can expect property based problems, right? Especially in Laplace transform and Z transform, you must know how to work with the region of convergence, how to find region of convergence, and you must be strong on initial value theorem and final value theorem, right? So many questions are asked initial value theorem. Then you must know convolution, convolution, both continuous and discrete convolution, both the things you must know. Then you must know about causality and stability, right? If input output are given, how to find the causality. If impulse response is given, how to find the causality and stability. If transfer function is given, how to find uh, causality and stability. So all these things you must know, right? So these are all the areas in signal system you can expect. In DSP, you must be strong on DFT and its properties. Then FFT calculation, right? So FFT versus DFT comparison, that you must know. Then you must know about circular convolution. Then filters, FIR and IIR filter. You find design methods, one. Then how to find order, specific character. These are all the things you work on that, right? Okay. Next subject is control system. Here we must know about signal flow graph and block diagram reduction, right? So this is the first thing we must know. Second, transient response. Here we must know how to calculate characteristic equation, damping ratio, rise time, settling time, peak time, percentage of peak overshoot. These are all the things you must be able to calculate, right? Characteristic equation roots and its relation to zeta, that is damping ratio. This, sorry, this is very, very important. Next, stability analysis. In that, you must know root service criteria, root locus, Bode plot, polar plot. right? Here you must be strong on gain and phase margin. These two you must know how to calculate all the things, definition and problems, right? So here finding stability, here root locus procedure and problems from its steps. These are all the things you must know. Then you must strong in controllers theory, PI, PID, integral controller, derivative controller, and PD. These are all the controllers you must know. For all the controllers, you must know character, then advantage, disadvantages, effect on system. What will increase, what are the parameters will decrease, those things you must know. Then compensator. In compensator, lead and lag compensator. This you must know. Again, lead and lag compensator effects on system, how it is affecting the system, right? So these things can be asked. Then state space analysis. In state space analysis, you must know about state transition matrix, right? Then controllability and observability, right? So how to find transfer function from signal flow graph, right? So those things very important, right? And state matrix from transfer function, right? So these are all the things we must know, right? And the next subject is analog and digital communication, right? That is communication, analog and digital communication. In analog communication, you must know about AM, FM, PM. First, in that you must know about equation of all the modulation scheme, right? Then spectrum, then bandwidth, advantage, disadvantage, right? Then what are the things you have to know? What is different kinds of modulators in AM, FM, and PM? What are the different kinds of demodulators, right? So this one you have to know. You have to know about modulation index, right? So that is important property. Then second thing is super heterodyne receiver. In that they may ask some question, right? So you must know the relationship between intermediate frequency, RF radio frequency and image frequency. So all this relation you must know, right? Then you must know about noise, right? Types of noise, right? And its character. This thing we must know. Second, then we must be strong on power spectral density, right? And autocall. Sorry, power spectral. Okay, this I will bring later. Noise you must be strong. Then types of noise and its character. That is a very, very important area. They may ask one or two questions from this. Then you work on digital communication. In digital communication, you have to know about PCM, delta modulation, DPCM, right? So for all this advantage, disadvantage, and bandwidth requirement, signal to noise ratio requirement, all the things we must know, right? So especially in delta modulation, we must be knowing about slope overload distortion and granular noise, right? Here in PCM, we must know about signal to noise ratio in detail, okay? Then digital modulation we must know. In digital modulation, we must know about ASK, FSK, PSK, QPSK, right? For all those modulation, you must know bit rate, baud rate, bandwidth, constellation diagram, right? So these are all something we must be thorough. Then ISI, inter-symbol interference, eye diagram, right? Then in random process, we must know about what are the important things. Then in random process, we must know about autocorrelation function and power spectral density. For all the things, we must know properties, right? So these are all very, very important, right? What are the properties of autocorrelation, power spectral density, and problems from this? Okay, so these things they may ask, right? So this is the thing. So for communication engineering, you can refer Simon-Atkins. For theory, Simon-Atkins, right? So Simon-Atkins communication system, both for analog and digital communication. For problem, any local author enough, right? Okay. Then for computer communication, this just theory. So you refer Ferozan book, Data Communication by Ferozan. In that book only most of the questions will be asked, right? So data communication and networks by Ferozan. That's what we study in our college, right? So those things we have to remember. Regarding mobile communication, TDMA, CDMA, and FDMA, you refer Rappaport or OFDM, right? So That's all right. So regarding this one, okay, let me go top and again come to the system. So what are the things you can expect from here? How many theory, how many problems we can expect? Let us see, right? Here, okay, it is going up. So that much thing we have studied, right? Okay, so here, this is too much of things. Sorry. So in mathematics, I told in mathematics all are problems. So you can expect, okay, otherwise I write here, right? So in mathematics, 80% problem, 20% theory, right? In network theory, 70% problem, 30% theory, right? Then you can take what are the subjects in ED, electron devices, right? So EDC, here 50-50, 50% problem, 50% theory, right? Then EMF, 60% problem, 40% theory. Signals and system, 70% problem, 30% theory, right? Then what is the other subject? Analog and digital communication. Sorry, something problem. Analog and digital communication, 50% theory, 50% problem, right? Then control system, 70% problem, 30% theory. Computer communication, 80% theory, 20% problem. That too rare. You can say it is 90 plus 10. That is also, I think 80-20 is not possible. So 90, right? In digital electronics, you can expect 60% theory, sorry, problems, 40% theory, right? For this, the one and only book is Digital Design by Maurice Mann, right? So EMF I told Sadiq, right? For EMF you refer Sadiq. For control system, for computer communication, Ferozan. For signals and system, no other book better than Opening and Schaffer. Any question you can answer. If you are not able to see, then you see Nagorkani. Fine, EDC, right? Only book. We are having so many books for that, so you have to refer many books. Network theorem, William Haight. Right? So for analog and digital communication, Simon Atkins. For control system, Nagorkani is enough. For EDC, you refer Floyd, right? Electron Devices and Circuits by Floyd. That is one of the best book for TRB exam.